Since I started using this AI software to build my email list, my income has exploded. Today, yesterday, this month, understanding that this is the 10th of July. So this month is 10 days. And yes, that's $4,641.44. And then you can see what happened last month as well. This tool gives me a dashboard that shows me the leads. So I'm building my email list and it gives me the leads right here in real time. So I know exactly what is working and what is not working. Of course, this is what the actual lead magnet looks like, and this is all designed and built. The lead magnet itself is built by AI or with the assistance of AI to get the lead magnet exactly the way you want it. Now, this tool is part of what I show people how to do inside of my Affiliate and Profitable Online Business 9-step roadmap. Following my proven top strategy of traffic to an offer, add people to your email list. Under Tools, Tech, and Time, the technology is AI underneath the hood, but the tool itself is technically a page builder. A super simple lead magnet is a page that connects to your email autoresponder to build your email list. This tool also is what I use for my bonus pages, so I can show people what I have for them as a bonus as an affiliate when I'm promoting an offer. Now, the majority of that income that you saw before and see here now, today, yesterday, this month, and last month, comes from when I execute this proven top strategy and I let people know that I have information for them about a specific topic and I educate them on that topic. I add them to my email list. And then once they're on my email list, I automate it and send them back to my bonus page to let them know that I have a bonus for the offer that solves their problem. I'm just showing you this to make sure that it's really clear to understand that the tool is one thing and it's great and it just got a lot better. And I'm about to show you exactly how it got better, because the tool itself, when you log in, this is what you see. To create your first lead magnet, click the green button. You may or may not have seen this interface before inside of Lead Creator, but check this out now when you click the green button. Now it walks you through the different sections to create your lead magnet. And we're going to walk through this and take a look at a bad example, or here, an example of terrible prompts. When you start by just simply answering the question, what's your lead magnet about? I want my lead magnet to be all about helping people write welcome emails. Well, that's a bad example, but still, look, you can click next and then you can select how many words, how long would you like this lead magnet to be? How many words? 500, 1,000, up to 3,000. Of course, I'm just going to do a simple example, 500 words. I'm going to say next. And then you need to pick or define your AI persona. This is what you want your lead magnet, or the words, how you want them to sound. You can also build and save your own persona down here, add a custom persona. Of course, there also are pre-saved personas, and you can see here a direct no-fluff lead magnet expert or a story-driven lead magnet expert. I'll just go ahead and say direct no-fluff lead magnet, and then it gives you a persona here. And if you don't like anything in this persona, you can simply just edit it by clicking here and just editing it or changing it, or use this to craft your own persona. This new section that allows you to walk through the steps is setting you up to win, or setting you up to really understand how prompting works, because what this is doing, this engine is building your lead magnet, and each section in real time is communicating on the back end with the AI every time you hit next. So you can see here, communicating with ChatGPT to generate epic titles based on your input so far. It's actually taking your input, interfacing with the AI, and then providing you suggestions right here. So then you can move on and say, here are some suggested titles. Instantly improve your welcome emails, 10 clear steps, welcome emails that convert, create impactful welcome emails, write welcome emails that engage, a simple, effective approach. You just simply select one of these. This is great for getting started. And like I said, we're using a not great prompt, or the topic was very vague and sort of general. And you can see now that this engine this engine that they've created inside of Lead Creator is actually able to assist us in a way that it couldn't before. And there's not any tools out there that walk you through this when you're talking about creating lead magnets. Now, here, choose any subheadings that you want to include. So, why most emails fail and how to avoid common pitfalls. You select that one. Timing is everything. And then maybe measuring success. You could select all of them, but we'll just select 3 right here and we'll go ahead and say next. And then here, any specific details you'd like us to include, exclude. Is there any information you want us to include in your lead magnet? Then there's a hot tip down here. This step is very important to get the content you want. If there's anything specific you want us to include or exclude, then tell us which subheadings area you're referring to. For example, let's say you're writing about losing weight, but you don't want to include any mention of the keto diet because your brand is anti-keto. You don't believe in the keto diet, so you want to make sure that the AI doesn't include anything about keto, then you want to say that here in this additional information section. I'm talking about building an email list. I might say something like, don't say the fortune is in the follow-up. And then I'll go ahead and say next. And then now it's going to go ahead and suggest our content. Here, you're able to review and customize the content suggestions for each of your selected headings. Choose up to 2 main focus subheadings, which get a larger share of the word count. Again, you can see that it's communicating with ChatGPT to generate this epic content. Now you have the ability, before it actually creates the lead magnet, to say, okay, let me take a look at what I want. And then you pick the main focus. Why most welcome emails fail and how to avoid common pitfalls. Now check this out. All you need to do is expand this and you can see what the AI has written for you so far. Then you're just going to go ahead and edit any of this stuff that you don't like. And then after reading all this, maybe you believe that measuring success should be your main focus. Maybe you believe that timing is everything and it should be your main focus. Why most emails fail and how to avoid common pitfalls. Maybe you want that to be your main focus, so you select that as your main focus, and it means that it's going to write more or it's going to focus on that topic. At any point, you can refresh this and have it talk to the AI again, or you can come up here and you could say start over, or you can just click next. And then you can see, review your lead magnet, take a final look at your selections. You can go back. That means that you can click here and edit any of these. So for example, if I'm going to change my persona at this point, I would just click and then redo my persona. Or maybe after I got to a certain point, I was like, wow, let me change this. Or you know what? I did a little research on persona, whatever. Or you want to add a custom persona, then you just go ahead and you walk back through it. And it says here, as steps are interlinked, changes in this step will reset some of your later steps. Are you sure you want to continue? You can go ahead and say cancel to that. Then you can go ahead and go back to your suggested content, click next, and then move back. So understand that if you do make edits, it's going to have to walk through the process again because it wants to make sure that it communicates with the AI to understand that you've made the changes. It doesn't have any way to make the changes without letting the AI know. So it is powerful, but you have to understand that you're actually interfacing with this in real time. So at that point, you go, let's create a lead magnet, and you click the green button and it says lead magnet created successfully. Then here it's going to take a few minutes. It takes 2 to 3 minutes for it to actually generate the content because it's working back and forth with the AI, and it's going to give you the lead magnet, or it's going to give you the text for you to then say, okay, now I have something that I can go in here and make a quality lead magnet. So we'll go back and we'll say, look, this is quick indoor strawberry success. Tips for limited space, natural light, and pet friendly. Choosing the right strawberry varieties for indoor gardening. And then we're using a specific trigger here, which is a half-page blur. So then you can see here, the first step is crucial to strawberry success. If I was to go into the editor and look what I'm doing here, of course, I have the headline here. So the editor here, I like to call it Google Docs on steroids. You have the options here to change all of this. You can also, or you can even like highlight this. So let's say that I wanted this to be like a strawberry red color. And I don't know what strawberry red is, but you get what I'm saying. We'll go ahead and change the text color to white. You can see I can make changes in here. I can also add columns. This is a column here. So I have my text on the left side. Then I have an image on the right side. Then I have some bullet points down here. And of course I could, move this around, change this, right? Resize it. And then I have another column down here. If you don't like that column, understand that you can just press the / and you can see you have a horizontal rule, you have a button, you have an image, you can embed a YouTube, a Vimeo video. You can also embed HTML code, but there are multiple different column types here, all the way up to a 4-column if you wanted to do like a series of images or a series of images and text. If you don't like that or you want to move back out, just go ahead and cancel that. And then all you're doing is you're going up to email capture at that point. And to create this form, you have the ebook style template. Here you can add an image. You have the blurred button. This is something you may have not seen before. It's really cool. It gives that different feel. Right here, there first, you're going to put a CTA here. That button's going to be blurred. As soon as they mouse over it, they click it, and then this pop-up is going to show them the name and the email, and then say, I want to keep reading. You can also add a video in here, or you could do a no email capture form, and it just becomes a standard page, or what I was saying earlier about the bonus page. Then you have the form fields here, or if you come back up, you select standard, then you have the form fields, and then this is where you add the text that you see right here. And of course, this all edits in real time. So you can see the changes over here on the right-hand side. And then you have different styles. And then I was showing you the triggers down here. This was the half-page blur, which you can actually set a percentage. You can also do a mouse scroll. You can do on button click. So this is if you build a landing page and people are going to read it, and then there's going to be a button. You click the button, then you're going to have a pop-up opt-in form, which is going to be the opt-in form that you chose right here, or the standard or the default, which is just the blurred timer right here. So if I save that change, and you'll see that I changed it to blurred timer. Now I go back to that lead magnet where I had about my strawberries. This was the half-page blur. I'll go ahead and refresh that page, and you're going to see now that it's going to be a full page blur. So it's going to pop up, and now it's a full page blur where they can't read the content, or they see it for 2, 3, 4, 5, however many seconds you want them to see it and be able to read. And then it's popping up saying, hey, you want to keep reading? You want to know exactly, or are you ready to grow some tasty indoor strawberries year round? Yes, I want to keep reading. That's how you build that lead magnet. Of course, when you're inside of the editor, for example, you come back to the content editor for this quick indoor strawberry success lead magnet. If you want to start over from scratch, you just have to click, or you don't have to start over from scratch. You just click show original prompt, and look, now you have the access right back into the engine to walk through the topic, the link, the AI persona, the additional information, and you can just run this wizard right here again inside of the content editor without starting over from scratch. Now we'll go back, and you see here that this is what has created, or what LeadCreator has created for us, Welcome Emails That Convert, a straightforward guide. And we simply then start creating or making this what we want it to be. Of course, right here, you could see, for example, if you were to scroll down and you have the bullet points, but let's just say that you wanted to turn this right here, this paragraph, into a series of bullet points. You could just ask the AI, you could say, improve my writing, fix grammar, make shorter, make longer, or you could say, continue writing. And then you could also come up here and you could say, create a series of bullet points about this paragraph. And then we're tapping right here into the power of AI. If I spell the series right, the word series right, and of course, paragraph needs to be spelled correctly too. And we go ahead and we just click this little blue button, and you can see now the AI is thinking. So it has AI on the front end. It has AI once you get inside and you want to edit it and make changes. And of course, here I could just insert that below or replace it. Now I've added some bullet points so I can enhance my lead magnet and add my own point of view, which of course you should be doing. Don't just think that the AI is going to write something that you have in your head. You need to give it the most information you can, but it's a great starting point, just like if you were using ChatGPT or Claude, but you're right here inside of the interface. So we go back to the LeadCreator main page to create a lead magnet, and it talked here about what is your lead magnet about. Remember, we just had that one sentence. What if we were to actually give it some really detailed information? I want my lead magnet to be all about helping people write welcome emails that actually work. I mean, really work, not just the generic thanks for subscribing emails that most people send out. After analyzing thousands of welcome email campaigns and seeing what separates the ones that convert from the ones that get ignored, I want to put together this comprehensive guide that shows people, or shows you exactly how to turn new subscribers into engaged prospects within their first 24 hours. And this is basically a narrative. You're speaking to the AI to let it know what you know. The core of what I want to teach is understanding the psychology behind the first impression. You've got about 7 seconds to grab on someone's attention. One of the biggest sections I want to cover is the actual structure of high converting welcome emails. What makes this different from other email marketing advice is that I go deep into the psychology and personalization effects. I include industry specific adaptations too. The best part is I don't just tell you what to do, I show you exactly what to do. And you can see here that I've written out a narrative of what I actually want my email or I want my lead magnet to be about, and I'm going to go ahead and say next. Of course, 500 words would probably be too short, but maybe not. You could select 1,000, 1,500. We're going to select 500 and just see what happens. And then here, of course, it goes back to your personal persona. So it might be that now I've really dedicated the time to create a persona and I'm saying, this is who I want it to be about, or I want it to be written like someone who is direct, motivational, and casually professional by establishing a relatable, action-oriented connection through friendly openings and clear CTAs. Content should be results-focused, centered on solving problems related to online money-making and digital marketing. This is my persona, Gary Lynn Baker. This is the one that I've created. So I'll go ahead and say next. And now it's going to say, choose any title you want to include in your lead magnet. And now it's taking everything that I've given it, the way that I've really, really customized it. And you can see now, write welcome emails that work, turn new subscribers into loyal fans, your 24-hour guide to crafting high converting welcome emails, master the art of welcome emails, engage, connect, succeed. From click to client, optimize your welcome emails for maximum impact. I like those, so I'm just going to go ahead and say next. Or you can see here it says, please select a title. I need to actually select one title. I was thinking this was the subheadings. In here, I'm going to say, okay, master the art of welcome emails. Actually, I like this one, write welcome emails that work. But I can also go ahead and edit this if I don't like it. And then if I change it, or I could click refresh and just have it go back to the AI and give me some more suggestions. So this would be just like if you're in ChatGPT or Claude or whatever AI you're using, and you're actually, brainstorming. So you're brainstorming right here inside of this wizard. And then here, unlocking welcome email success, the 5-element formula for 40% plus open rates. That's a good one. It's very specific. We'll go ahead and say next. Here, we're going to choose any subheadings you want to include in your lead magnet. Again, it's communicating with ChatGPT to generate that epic content, or in this case, subheadings. And here now it has created the subheadings. So we'll go ahead and to make this a little quicker, we'll get rid of those and we'll just select these 3 right here. We'll say next. Please select at least one subheading. I keep forgetting to select one. So here I could select all 3. And then I'll go ahead and say next. Is there any additional information? And again, you could put something here. We're just going to go ahead and leave it blank. Say next. And then we have our suggested content for your subheadings. This is where it's communicating back with ChatGPT and writing a summary of what each section is going to include before it actually starts creating the entire content. So this is a suggested content. And again, you can see all of it right here. Understanding your first impression, nailing a 7-second subject line. Remember, that was in the specific topic. What is my lead magnet about? I was very specific about having 7 seconds, building emotional connections. To turn new subscribers into long-term fans, you need to connect emotionally right from the get-go. Here we go. The secret to high converting welcome emails lies in its structure. Thinking of it as building a conversation that captures and keeps attention. Start with a magnetic subject line. This is all the information that I gave it, and it used the AI to enhance it or to think about it. And again, it's giving me information up here. Please select it once, at least one main focus content. The problem is me talking and trying to walk through the wizard at the same time, but I want to make sure you understand and you see how powerful this is. And we're going to say, let's make the main focus building emotional connections, the story bridge technique unveiled. We'll go ahead and say next, and then we'll go ahead and create our lead magnet. Here we have a lead magnet created successfully. Your content is getting the final polish. Estimated generation time, again, it says right here is 3 minutes. It has to polish what we have given the wizard. It's going back to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is now writing, or OpenAI, the interface on the back end, is writing the content for us. So while we're waiting, let's go back and just think about this. Understand, our first goal is to get traffic, and we're talking about a specific topic. And inside of my 9-step roadmap, when we're looking at tools, technology, and the time it takes to create the consistent content, one thing that we don't want to have slow us down is creating a super simple lead magnet that you can now use that wizard to feed it information and get very specific on exactly what you want your lead magnet to be about. And you can create that very quickly with all of the options that we already seen to build this email list. It presents your offer and it also adds people to an email list very quickly. And that is what you want to do down here is you want to evaluate tools and the technology and you want to make wise choices because the simple fact is, today, yesterday, this month, and last month, the idea and the concept and the cliche of money, love, speed, that's what AI is here for. The focus is on not being faster, but actually the focus on using the technology and the tools that we have available, something like Lead Creator, to be able to take the knowledge that we have, right? And tell the AI. And now in this wizard, it asks us, what is your lead magnet about? This is exactly, write a small paragraph, write a short paragraph, get detailed, be specific about the tactics, the techniques, the things that you want in your lead magnet, and then let AI enhance that thought. And then you go back and now look, unlocking welcome email success, the 5-element formula for 40% plus open rates. Now we have a headline. This is going to be a headline that's going to grab people and they're going to be like, yes, the 5-element formula, 5 elements. That's all I need to do to get 40% plus open rates. And then understanding the first impression, nailing the 7-second subject line. And it has written all this out for us. And we have this content. And now we're ready to just go and say, okay, you know what? Again, let's go ahead and click this and we'll ask the AI again. We could fix the grammar. We can make it longer. So I could say, make this paragraph longer. The AI is thinking and it's going to start writing more content for us that again, we're going to have to say, okay, does it really need to be longer? Should it be longer? Is the AI helping me? I am the boss. I'm in charge. So I can just discard that and say, you know what? I don't like that. But I could also do this. And I could say, you know what? Understanding the first impression, nailing the 7-second subject line challenge. What if I build or I ask the AI to build me a checklist and make sure I nail the 7-second subject line challenge? And then what I'm able to do is, again, enhance my content based upon what it is I'm trying to impart on people and say, okay, now I'm building a checklist here, or I'm putting the steps and I'm saying, okay, let me insert that below. Now what I have is I have a understanding the first impression, nailing the 7-second subject line challenge, opening section. Then I come down here and now I have the 7-second subject line checklist to ensure your email subject line captures attention within the crucial 7-second window. Follow this checklist. So I give them the information so they can understand it. Then I give them an actionable win by saying, hey, be concise and clear. You need to make sure that you use personalization. Make sure that you include your value proposition. I'm giving them something to check off to make sure that they have an actionable guide in this super simple lead magnet. And again, don't forget the power here as well is the interface. So I can actually see what's working. I can see the leads as they're coming into my super simple lead magnet, plus the power of AI and that new wizard. Like I said, I use this software to make money. It makes me money online every day. And it just got better with this new wizard. And it actually is getting better every day since it's actually been created. They put a lot of time and effort into it. And they're serious about making this the go-to tool for creating lead magnets to help you build your list effectively, efficiently, because it's not about faster. It's about focus on what works and actually being able to use the tools and the technology inside of a simple interface that allows you to impart your wisdom. And at the same time, using the AI or the technology that is AI to craft something that is actually helpful to the people that have a problem that you're trying to help. There is a link in the description. It'll take you over to this bonus page right here. My exclusive lead creator bonus is my fire follow-up formula. It's powered by my prompt PsyOps philosophy. You can see down here, you'll scroll, you get some information, a little more information about what I've done with this tool. And you can click this button right here. And yes, this page is powered by Lead Creator. So go ahead, click the link in the description, check out the page, check out the tool, see exactly what I'm doing, check out the bonus. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.